What is going on, guys? Welcome back.
Oh my god, this guy's such a loser. He has nothing to do with the break that game. I doesn't even know football. This game is great. I can't wait.
I love you. I love you guys. Coming on here, leaving me all these negative comments because I know I will get the last laugh on you. Trust me. Trust me. Before we get into this breakdown, though, let me thank my sponsor, Steel Supplements. Link and discount code down in the description. One of the best supplement companies in the world, definitely in the USA. Everything on the line, 5 stars and glance LED. Game changer, life changer, really. I told you earlier, I was recording the video, watching the score, wasn't looking too good, Yankees and Orioles, but then get done the video, still up to date with what's going on, turn the game on, and sit there and watch it. My Baltimore Orioles, and yeah, I'll call them my Baltimore Orioles as a season ticket holder. I do believe I can refer to them as that. Walk-off home run. Love to see it. Got to stay up to date. You can do the same thing. All you need to do, buy a unit, plug it in, connect it to your net, tell it what you want to see. MLB, NFL, NHL. NCAA. News, weather, stock, sports, doesn't matter. No subscription fee. Absolutely change how you just about do anything in your life. Not going to say too many negative things in this video about this kick return, but man, we have some things that we have to talk about. We're going to go in the vault. We're going to talk about issues way back when. You know, there was a time where Madden let us be the lead blocker. Now, not with linemen, but I just want to point out to you, second level blocking, something Madden has struggled with. When I see this run play, I initially say, hey, great, look, everyone pretty much blocking, right? You had a nice gap in line to run through. I actually really like the interaction here where the initial block is so strong that is actually going to send the player back into another defender. Now, granted, you think maybe he could be a little bit more aware of what's in front of him, but runs into his own guy. However, we don't quite get the second level block. We turn upfield, and we get an open field run. I can almost respect the play if it ends right here. But I want you to look at the pursuit angle here. These two players. Doesn't matter who they are, defensive back, linebacker. Doesn't matter. It's AI. It's logic. It's in the game. To me, they are running way too straight over. And what happens when you have players running straight? Well, you've seen it in Madden. This happens right here. One spin move and two players completely out of the play. Now, granted, thankfully, there's a player here. Nice looking hit, by the way, to make it up. But these are things that should not be happening, right? These type of logic and AI and animation dictation are things that are supposed to be out of the game. Now, I'm going to let this run. We're going to go through play by play. I don't know, it's edited a little bit weird, but nevertheless, I want you to take a look at another very good play, right? This is user control and a safety, okay? Single safety over the top. I love this type of play. Moves around in the pocket just a little bit, right? Sees the user make a poor read, sees his receiver open over the top, tries to take advantage of it, throws a lob pass, tries to go for the catch and run, gets it, and then somehow we get tackled, okay? And that's okay. That's okay. That happens. And I love the gameplay logic from the user again. Hey, I just got a big play, just, broke the top off the defense. What am I going to do? How am I going to react? Well, I'm going to go no huddle. I'm going to make them run all the way down the field, and I'm going to score. Okay? I don't have any complaints about gameplay, user, football logic, but that's about to change. When you look at what happens here, there is a real problem. And if you want to ignore it and pretend it's not there, then that's fine. This game will make you face it at some point. We are going to bring up a little post here. Quarterbacks running 20 yards backwards. This is a 6-year-old post. This is somebody on Reddit saying, listen, why is this happening? It is annoying to have a quarterback run 20 yards back, allow all this time to develop passing routes, and then throw as if nothing ever happened. And how quarterback contain actually hurt this in the past. So let's go back. We know this is a complaint with EA football games, and let's just take a look at what happens here. Now, I'm not going to sit here and criticize the user and say, well, you had somebody wide open over here. I know that's what people love to do when breaking down gameplay. I'm not that person, right? If he doesn't make this read, that's okay. The game should, though, when it's done, show him, hey, listen, this was your first read. This was your first pass. You had an open player. Instead, how does this game reward a user? We are running backwards. We are at the 35-yard line from first and goal. If you don't think this is a problem, then I understand why you're leaving negative comments and in love with EA football, because this is ridiculous. Even more ridiculous. As the ball is thrown, the linemen, look, they're 20 yards away, and they're 15 yards back, essentially, from where the line of scrimmage was. No idea what to do. I showed that to you at speed. We are going to go back and we're going to watch it because we get to see the replay. And I dare you to tell me this ball, I'm going to zoom in, is not nearly caught. He is in the end zone. He is leaping. The hands are up. That almost was. That's a pinpoint pass into double coverage 40 yards behind the play. Absurd. I don't know if this was an issue with kind of adjustments or not, but it seemed like they had a difficult time getting the ball to snap here. And there was a lot of edits in this video, so I don't know if this is something that they were dealing with, but I just found it strange. However, we are going to once again go back into the time machine. We're going to talk about issues with Madden from years ago. We're going to talk about a nano blitz, okay? Nano blitzes used to impact Madden a lot. I understand right now, maybe not as much. I don't necessarily agree with this take on nano blitzes. I bring it up to show you for 5 years it's been a talking point. I'm going to tell you my issue with a nano blitz. My definition is when something like this happens. Because again, we're dealing with a lot of animation and lack of user control. Okay, this defensive back, defensive lineman, linebacker, doesn't matter, comes through the line, and before you ever get control, we're going to zoom in. You can see that arm is not back to throw. That's the end of the animation. The arm comes out at the last moment. That's when you have control of the player. When you have no control over the player and you get sacked, to me, that's a nano blitz. And that's what happened here. Because poor blocking logic. I understand you can overwhelm a line, but if you do that and you have user control with the quarterback, you can scramble out or at least attempt to. In one play, we're scrambling back 35 yards. The other play, we can't scramble back at all. At all. Again, you don't see this as an issue. I understand why you love Madden, why any football game is going to suffice, why you're ready to play this game. Last play I'm going to break down here. Again, defensive logic. You are essentially in the red zone. Every player should be fully aware. We have 2 players here standing still. You as a user cannot correct both. Now listen, the ball doesn't get caught, so it really doesn't matter, but had it been caught, I would offer you've got enough playing, turn up field, get up into the end zone, while 2 defenders are standing still. I will offer to you again, these are things, right? You can sit here and you can tell me that I'm just nitpicking, that this is no big deal, that it's the beta, that they're going to patch this, that it's the sliders, that it's the game set. You can create all the excuses you want, okay? What you can't do, though, you cannot tell me this isn't a single solitary drive in this game, as we've seen. You cannot tell me that EA was putting out tons and tons and tons of gameplay before this weekend. And I think, in my opinion, I have a reason why. There's a honeymoon phase that we're in the midst of right now. And that honeymoon phase is going to wear off. But only once you get the game in your hand. Because you go back and again, we talk about these examples. First time you're playing online, somebody runs 35 yards backwards with the quarterback, connects to a pass on the goal line, you're going to be frustrated. The first time you give up a touchdown because you've got 2 players on defense standing still in the red zone, you're going to be frustrated. And all that hope, all that promise is going to dissolve away. We expected an improved game. We didn't expect perfection. I know that's what so many of you love to come in here and trumpet. Oh, you go make a game. Listen, you go make a channel. Go make a channel telling everyone how Madden is simulation football, how these plays are super realistic. Go get real-life examples, college and pro, of quarterbacks that ran 40 yards backwards and threw touchdowns. I'll wait. I've waited 20 years on this channel. I'll wait even longer. It's not going to happen. I'm confident that it's not going to happen. The reality is this game, the more we see it play, the more issues that we've seen in Madden come up. And just one final point to address it. I said prior, and I will say now, this game will earn a pre-order based solely on Dynasty, not on gameplay, and you can check my track record. Go all the way back to Axis Football. I said Axis Football's franchise earns a purchase on franchise mode, not gameplay, certainly not gameplay. Go back to Doug Flutie's Maximum Football. I said, hey, that game absolutely earns a purchase based on its Dynasty mode. Absolutely, 100%, not on gameplay, not on graphics, but from a absolute Dynasty perspective, what that game did, what Axis Football game is doing, incredible. Incredible for depth. I've done seasons and seasons of seasons on my channel with those games. I'll trust that EA has the logic in Dynasty mode to make it work. The gameplay, I can't trust. We've seen that. And can this game put an end to Madden? 100%. Because no one's going to sit here and deal with all of these issues and then gladly pony up another $60, $70, $80 to have them all happen in NFL uniforms. Because the players don't matter, the logic doesn't matter, because the gameplay is still broken. The base of this game is still a problem. And we've now seen an additional dev cycle, a whole nother year, a whole nother team. They can't fix it. Last point I'm going to make, because I've seen so many people say they can patch this, they can fix this. If you go back in history, every time EA has tried to patch a game or implement changes, couple things have happened. And it's literally every single year the past 3 years. Your files have been lost or corrupted, or there's been major flaws within the game. And they've had to put out, emergency patch, emergency update. Let me tell you that if you sit there first month, first week of this game, and you put in hours and hours and hours and hours, and you've got your player exactly where you want him, you've worked through everything you want, got everything perfect, and then all of a sudden they do a patch, they do an update, because the game isn't functioning right, and then you lose that, or you can't get back to that, or that file's corrupted, your ability and desire to want to play this game won't matter anymore. Because EA will not have respected the hours and hours you as a gamer put into this game. And trust me when I tell you, it's happened in the past. It can very likely happen again. I'm not here to sit here and be negative with you, but I'm certainly not here to pretend like these issues don't exist and they haven't existed. If you want to be positive for the sake of being positive, there's a million channels that you can go to, and you'll see a whole bunch of people right there with you, stomping their hands and clapping their feet, talking about how great this game is. The reality is, though, when you're done watching other people play the game and you're playing it yourself, that is the experience that's going to matter for me and for you. And the fact that I can sit here and look at things that I know ruin the gameplay of this game for years and bring them out lets me know when I'm playing, I'm going to experience them too, and you likely will as well. And that, at the end of the day, is all that's going to matter. You can find enjoyment in all these issues, then you probably loved Madden. Madden's Metacritic last couple years has been pretty bad. And when I see a game that I'm not even playing look like this, I know there is no way Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, when you start to see those 2K8, 2K5 comparisons and you get really mad, it's because there is no way I will not be back in the week with more commentary.